On this edition of the Offside TV show, we review the first two matches of the playoffs between SL Horsford St. Paul's and UDC Garden Hotspurs and Connery FC and Delphi Newtown United. We have exclusive interviews with the coaches, and our player spotlight puts the focus on veteran St. Paul's footballer George Yellowman Isaac. But first, a word from our sponsor.
Best served when deserved. Johnny Walker, Black Label. Keep walking.
The moment football fans have been waiting for finally arrived on June 2nd, 2012 at the Warner Park when the 2012 Digicel Premier League playoffs opened. The two teams to open the Football Fest, regular season league leaders SL Horsford St. Paul's versus UDC Garden Hotspurs. In the starting lineup, the usual suspects for St. Paul's, with veteran George Yellowman Isaac in his usual position. The number 14, Javine Blanchett, is in his attacking role and Jamal Francis is between the sticks. For Spurs, Tyrone Hanley is expected to give St. Peter's defenders a handful, and the best squad was basically fielded by coach Vaughn Sosa Sargent. Match officials were James Matthew, Graham Brown, Ike Ennis and Stedroy Tichera. Match commissioner was Albert Rogers. It took only 17 minutes for the country team to get on the score sheet, courtesy of this Josh Leader goal. St. Paul's earned a free kick just outside the 18-yard box, and who else to take the kick than veteran George Yellowman Isaac? It was a stunning strike that gave St. Paul's a command over the game and a 2-0 lead at half-time. In the second half, Spurs came out with a better effort, but it took only 12 minutes for George Yellowman Isaac to test his free kick skills once again. Another stunning spot kick from Yellowman Isaac that left goalkeeper Jamal Francis flat-footed, 3-0 to St. Paul's. Obviously not settled from what had just happened, Spurs were caught napping on defence, and Terence Ward scored a minute later. That was enough for St. Paul's to clinch the first win of the playoffs and one step close to making the finals of the 2012 season. Coach Austin Deco Huggins was pleased with his team's effort.
Well, that was the game plan. We wanted our team to start off on a good note, attacking, and also to be more forceful in the attacking third, in terms of pressing the ball whenever we lose control, and that paid dividends tonight.
George Yellowman Isaac spoke to the Offside TV.
It's the usual thing. I usually come but in the season I was getting some really difficult times to sing some of those things. But I say in my mind, well, this is final time and that really come up with something for the fellas and the fans and the team especially.
We actually started that game the way I asked them to. It went for at least the first 25 minutes. And after that we gave up a soft goal that I will consider. A really soft goal. So outside of that, it really went downhill for us after that.
Right. So the first match of the playoffs and 4-0 to St. Paul's. Their next encounter will be against Delpit Newtown United, probably one of their toughest matches of the playoffs. Coming up, we recap the Connery FC versus Delpit Newtown United match on Sunday, June 3rd, and our spotlight zero in on George Yellowman Isaac.
Best served when deserved. Johnny Walker, Black Label. Keep walking.
Welcome back to the Offside TV show. It's Sunday, June 3rd, and the second match of the playoffs, the Connery FC versus Delpit Newtown United. It's a match everyone expected to be a tough one. A look at the Connery lineup sees the best on the field: Captain Mudasa Howe, Glenroy Samuel, and Elroy O'Loughlin. On the Newtown side of things, not much surprises there. As expected, Akil Byron stands in goal, and Zevan Archibald and Ian Rumpy Lake lead the attack. Officials were Stuart Rollins, Miguel Fleming, Shirlene Brown, and Anthony Bergen. Referee assessor was Troy Mills, and match commissioner Fitzroy Eddy. Connery dominated this match in both halves, but the closest call to a goal came from Newtown midway in the first half, when this strike hit the crossbar. Both teams battled out in the second and first halves, but the shots careened in front of goal. Connery, however, got most of the chances. In the end, the game ended in a 0-0 stalemate, not the kind of results both teams expected.
Definitely, I think it came down to composure. We just wasn't composed in front of goal. I think once we were able to compose ourselves and calm the nerves. I mean, on a big stage like this, I mean, the good strikers relish those moments, and we definitely wasn't calm in front of goal, and it cost us tonight.
Well, I think we played with a lot of energy tonight, but in the middle of the field, I think we needed a little more energy inside the middle of the field, because there was really outplaying us in the middle of the field. In the first half, the second half, we come back and see that's why we had to make the change with the youngster in the middle of the field. But next time, we will walk from here into the next game.
Delpit Newtown's next match would be against SL Horses and Paul's, while Connery FC would next play UDC Garden Hotspurs, which we'll review in our next installment of the Offside TV show. In this week's edition of the Player Spotlight, we'll look at St. Paul's veteran George Yellowman Isaac, a permanent fixture in St. Kitts Nevis football, not only on club level but nationally as well. Hailing from the community of Keon, Yellowman plied his trade with his community club before joining St. Paul's, where he's quite comfortable now. It was late one evening that Offside TV caught up with him after training in St. Paul's recently.
Well, differently, the background of me is family, the way the football ends with. So, I grew up within some footballers around me in the family, and I've been around them all the time and continue being following them all about the place, and just come to just love the game and just accept that as my number one sport. It's good people, good community, and want to fit in with the people them around you and the people with you. It's alright. The humble feeling. Yeah. Like let nobody massage your ego still and get carried away with it. Just gotta be humble and wise and just accept the players who below you or above you and come together. Once the game come, I just let it come and just don't force it. I just keep on playing until whenever the right time comes to do my thing, and let the players them around me. If I can't do something, the players them around me accept they have their own responsibility too. So it's a good feeling that we got some good players them to carry the weight.
George Gilliman Isaac, our player spotlight for this week. Well, that will do it for this edition of the Offside TV show. In our next installment, we'll recap the remaining first-round playoff matches and we'll preview the two teams that will be in the finals to determine the 2012 Premier League champions. Until then, this is Andre Huey saying goodbye.
Best served when deserved. Johnny Walker, Black Label. Keep walking.